Hello everyone. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, made some really good trades as per usual. And for the members that are inside the Discord, you guys got a really nice dip buy opportunity. Again, I've been signaling this for quite a bit of time. Again, I don't know if the this level will hold, given what the conditions of the market are, but I can show you right here, that we've been anticipating this dip here. We're looking at 565 when I post this since like at the beginning of the month. I said it's coming, it's approaching our target area, and boom, what a beautiful reaction off the low. Now, I don't know if it's going to hold because the Qs, we also had a similar target. Nice reaction too, but it didn't hold. And now we're going for kind of like a very choppy move. If it wants to extend, this wave 4 could go deeper. And if it extends too much, then, really you may have like a top in, but we'll have to see. We'll explore that possibility later on. Right now, what I'm looking at is the SPY level. And right now, the S&P is in a peculiar situation. Let's take a look at the SPY, right? We'll start off with the larger time frames. Wow, what a bearish monthly candle that is. 18 and a -3 on the dual band strength index. The Qs have a very bearish candle as well, 16 and a -3 on the dual band strength index. We haven't seen candles like this since October of 2023, right? And then back here, January of 2022. And before that, March 2020, right? And right now, the weekly ain't looking too hot either. 18 and a -5 on the dual band strength index. It's when you get on that daily. Ooh, buddy, we are cutting into that red money flow. We've been in a bull market for a very long time. Is it finally coming to an end? We'll have to see. We'll see. I mean, the momentum waves look like they got some more downside. They don't look like they're closing up anytime soon. On the Qs and the SPY, it's all looking very similar. The SPY actually has much more red money flow on the daily time frame. It is expanding significantly more than the Qs. So I'd be careful right now. I took profits on that long position already. So again, if you're still in, then you could hold it. But again, have your stops at entry because this thing can move really, really fast here. So the SPY looking bearish, Qs looking bearish, but they've hit my levels. I think they could go lower, but I'm just kind of like sidelines in cash for now. Let's take a look at the bonds real quick. We'll head over to TLT. So TLT getting a bit of a rough week here. I think it's, to me, when I look at the TLT, it looks like it just finished its first wave up here. Yeah, there you go. I think we have our first impulse off the lows. It's correcting inside of a wave 2. It could have already finished, right? And now you're getting ready for another impulse higher, which means the bonds are about to collapse, right? The bonds are about to pull back much harder and go deeper into in my target area. And the problem I have with the bonds right now is that we don't really have an impulse. Like right now, I have this labeled as a 1. Right, but we only have 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3. Right, we don't have that 5th wave. So now what you have is a much more bearish count. Right, because now you have the possibility of this being the Y and being done. Right, maybe a WXY, and this is finished, and now we're gonna correct much deeper. And this wave 2 is not in because we never hit the long-term target area. The long-term target area was down in the 3 to 2% range. So we may actually go down here. Maybe we're still in X, right? Maybe the X wave is still in play, and this is a very, very long and drawn-out correction, right? This is very possible that it's doing something like this. Y, and now you're getting ready for that meltdown in bonds because we're bouncing off my levels, but these are not impulse. This actually could be an impulse down, but right now what I see is 3-wave move and another 3-wave move. But I could also make the case that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna get if you take out this low and you create divergence. you have to be honest, and that this is going to be an ABC, and you're going to go back down to the target area. And if that's the case, that's really bullish for bonds because yields are going to come down. All right, so that's something to think about. But I'm actually gonna leave it like this for now. And actually, we have to adjust our target area if that's the case. It comes up a little bit more, so 3.8%. Right, on this one we can get rid of it. That was a different target area. Right, and if we want to calculate a more accurate one, then I'll give you guys one once the wave count develops a little bit more. But we've been tracking this very accurately. You know, it made a series of 1-2s towards the downside, and we impulsed down. We finished, and then this is where where the bonds reversed. So, I mean, right now it finished on 3 waves up. We just have to be honest with the chart. We have to look at it for what it is, and this is what I could see. This is what I see here. All right, let's take a look at a few other markets. So let's take a look at oil. Oil continues to break lower here. On the daily time frame, it doesn't look like you've got a final low just yet. Let's take a look. We have any divergence, or it erased divergence? So it continues to erase divergence at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You can do this, then the wave 1 will be done. You'll get a bounce back higher, right? If after you break this low, right? If you break 65, it's should have lots of stops triggered. Maybe it'll flush down in the 5th wave, but with divergence, and then bounce back into 2, and then get ready for that wave 3 of 3 meltdown. Okay. Oil is going lower. Three, 4, 5. Yep. Tough times are coming. DXY, the dollar index is in a dip buy area. Again, this one has 5 waves up, right? I can make the case that this one has 5 waves up because you finish with bearish divergence. So there you go. Now you're in this corrective move. I have this as a double correction lower. We just hit the target area on Friday, or actually on Thursday and Friday, and now we've basically erased it. This is a reversal point. This is where we could reverse. The gold market and the silver market are in an interesting spot because right now I see this as an X wave for silver, and if silver wants to head lower, then you're gonna get an impulse down, and we may have already started it on last week. And you're going to do this in silver, right? This would mean like maybe recession or whatever. And we have CPI next week and all this data coming out. So it's not looking great for the market as it's set up right now. Maybe gold could go higher, but gold could also, we hit the flat target and it reacted perfectly. But we gotta be careful here, right? Because if it comes back down, takes out this low, then you're gonna be in a double correction. Right, and you're going to be going much lower, right, before it's all said and done. If this starts to break down, then you gotta be careful here. You gotta be careful. It's not the time to go in heavy. Yeah, you'd come back down to 2,800, and you can go as low as 2,730. This is a possibility, but let's see how we ended on the shorter time frames. This is a daily, shorter time frames. Yeah, you finished with bearish divergence. Well, I mean, you're not completely done. You don't really know if the count is complete. All right. You don't know. This could extend, so that's why it's not really a good setup either. This was the setup down here, the dip buy area. All right. We got anything else going on? Crypto ain't doing too hot either. Another sign of weakness in this market. Crypto isn't strong. Money could be leaving, right? And if you see that, then people are just pulling out of their investments, pulling everything out. We'll take a look at some individual stocks that people like me to cover. So NBIS has been one that I've been covering. I think we were up here back in February when someone was asking me about it. I said you're going to lose the whole 5th wave. We came all the way back down to 26, right? Now there's a dip buy area for a bounce higher, but it could correct lower, right? It could 100% correct lower, and you could come back between the 4 and the 2 somewhere around 20 bucks. And again, that's just me estimating right now. So this was your area, to hold. If it can hold and bounce higher, and the wave 2 wants to finish here, that's great. But the larger time frames are showing that there's more downside coming. So it doesn't look like the low is in just yet. When we take a look at the IWM has broken the bullish structure for me, as far as I can see. You want to make the case that it's going to bounce back up all the way up here, be my guess, but I don't think that's going to happen. We had a bullish setup for the IWM and it failed. So now you have to be, prepared that this is just going to get ready for a big meltdown here, and it can happen. It can happen. It's already happening as we speak. And if this is a 1-2, right? A 1-2 setup, it's making a series of 1-2s towards the downside. Weekly time frame is not looking good either, right? It's not looking good, guys, but we have to hold. Let's see if the weekly time frame is holding. So you still have an opportunity, right? It could still be saved. It's not over just yet on the weekly, right? And you got to look at these larger time frames, like the monthly time frame on the S&P. Is it the monthly or the weekly? I thought I was looking at the weekly. Yeah, the weekly. Sorry, I was looking at the weekly. The weekly is at support. It needs to hold. If it doesn't hold, the party's over. The Qs, the similar situation. The Qs have broken. I can't, on the weekly it's broken. The monthly is also broken. So what? Now what? Is it time to go max long? No, I don't think so. I think it's not time to go max short either, but it is time to short these bounces. That's just my opinion. We are not in a bullish market anymore. No shit, huh? Let's take a look at CrowdStrike, CRWD. All right, there you go. Fifth wave is complete. Now you're coming back down in an A. You need a bounce eventually. Look at the 4 hour yet. You're still in the 1, 2, 3. You haven't completed the counts yet. So you're still inside of this wave 3. Once it complete, then you can bounce up in a B, big bounce. Then that wave 3 moment. All right. You come back down hard. And then this wave 2 will be finished. And then you got much higher to go after that. It's party time back in CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike can go to new all-time highs. But until then, this is the count that I have. So I think that's all the ones that people requested. There's some stocks that I do like, but I think they need to go lower, so I'm not buying them. I'm going to be patient. You could see some stocks are starting to turn, but they should fail and go lower. Okay. Nvidia is a popular one. Nvidia is going down, and then again it's confirmed it by taking out this pivot. So now if you do get bounces, it's a 1-2 setup. Again, Nvidia has a nice setup to go down. Tesla, same thing. Tesla is one that I have to probably retake a look at. We have a much more bearish chart now that we did not finish with 5 waves up. You want to call this the 3, that's okay, but what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, extended 5th wave. You can make the case for that. It would be a very ugly chart, but Tesla is looking a lot more bearish now that it's broken a lot of its structure. So I'd have to revisit this chart. Meta also looks like it completed here. Its 3rd wave on the daily 4-hour time frame. You had some bearish divergence. There you go. She's done. Now you're gonna get corrective bounces along the way. You're gonna cut corrective moves. It won't go down forever. You'll do ABCs. It's not going to be a straight line and it's over. Google is in a 1-2. Microsoft is making its way down to the buy area. It's all the way down here, 361. Roku's a very complicated one too. My goodness, Roku. We've been trying to do Roku for such a long time. We've managed to get an impulse out, but if it finishes with no divergence, which it looks like it did, this makes it a three-wave move up. And I don't like three-wave moves up because you know what it means? It means all the bullish counts are done. And it needs to go lower. Again. WXY is all over. Flats all over. Very annoying chart. Right? And you didn't even take out the high. So technically you should go higher. Have to rechart all this whole thing. But Roku is trying to bottom out at the moment. It's just at a very choppy spot. I don't like to trade it at all. Yep. It's the way she goes. AMD is in our buy area, but I'm not ready to buy because you erased divergence. You erased divergence, you got another low coming. You got another low. Maybe it goes to 90.80, right? So I'm not ready to buy AMD yet. You know, I would have been ready to buy if you didn't erase divergence, but you erased divergence, you took all of it out. That means this wave 3 is extending and you're going down. That's just my opinion. All right, that's the recap for this week, guys. Be careful. We may have more downside. Doesn't look like it's bottom just yet. Final chart. Sorry, USDJPY. It looks like it's trying to finish up here, but it doesn't look like it's complete. So I gotta say, like you gotta be careful here. It doesn't look like the waves are complete on USDJPY, especially when I check Market Cipher. It doesn't look done. It looks very bearish. Looks like it's gonna spill over at any moment. So I don't want to be longing USDJPY. I want to be sidelines, looking for bounces to short. That's it. Okay. All right. Have a good day, good weekend, guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.